What's up, everyone? It is your girl GELBEAUTY87 here, aka Grace, honey, and it's time for new makeup releases. So let me scoop myself on over so we can get into it, because honey, it's a lot to talk about and there's gonna be a whole bunch of the edits, so I'm just trying to get done as soon as possible, because I still got like 5 more eye looks to do, or 7, something like that, something ridiculous. But anyway, let's get into it. So I got the new e.l.f. Primer infused blushes and bronzers. They have 4 new shades of the blushes and they have 4 new shades of the bronzers. So I know they originally had like 3 bronzer shades, so I was happy that they had finally came up with some shades for people my skin tone. If you all remember in the past when they were launching all these other new things, I was like, so when y'all coming out with the bronzers, you know, for anybody that has any sort of melanin. So they finally, answered what I asked and came out with it. There's one shade that I think that's deeper than mine, because I have the shade Sun Soap. I actually have it on my face right now if anyone cares, so this is what we're working with on my face. And these retail, I forgot, for $7. So I think that's a decent amount for a bronzer, because if you all remember, the drugstore bronzers are like $16. Like the one from, who do you call them? L'Oreal is like $15.99 at CVS. So $7 is a whole lot easier to swallow. Plus it's primer infused, so I'm wondering if that's going to make it last longer, which thus I'm testing it on my face right now, so we will have to see. But I was excited about that just because I was like, y'all, and I had this product forever, didn't have enough shades when you first came out with it, and now you have finally come out with it. So yeah. The next one I have to talk about, I was talking to Dionluvsmakeup about this, because she had told me about it. I had forgot that it was coming out, and I was just like, oh, okay. So these are the new and Made by Mitchell iCloud palettes. There's Gray Girlfriend, there's Little Pinky, there's Keep 'em Green, and Blew Your Mind. They refill for $21 each, or you can buy a bundle for $66. I'm not a fan of the packaging. The color stories look okay, but it's like everybody got the monochromatic palettes from ColourPop a million years ago, so it's like I don't feel the need to pick these up. The blue one is the one that looks most unique to me because of the type of blues, because there's like this weird purplish blue, and then there's this weird turquoise blue, then there's like this super dark, like looks like deep blueberry blue, and then there's like a nice traditional blueberry colored shimmer to go with it. So like that is the only one that looks interesting to me. All the other ones is just like, oh, okay, I don't care. So I don't plan on picking any of them up, but it's like if I did recommend one, it would be that one, just because I'm like, yeah. Next we have the Kiss and Glam Light palette. If you all remember, I did a why you don't need on it. I'll try to remember, link it up above or in the description box or somewhere. So it's like, y'all know how I feel about this palette. You don't need this. It says, brace yourself, Kiss Army, rock and roll all night with the official licensed Kiss and Glam Light palette. Each row in this glam-packed palette represents a different iconic member of Kiss, perfectly matching their signature color schemes. And my whole thing is, I always thought their color scheme was like black and white, so it's like having a palette full of colorful shades, as you all saw in my video. I don't see how, but I don't know. It says the Demon is an alluring assortment of fierce reds. The Star Child is an enchanting melody of rich purples. The Spaceman is a stunning array of captive blues. And the Catman is a dynamic rage of green tones. So I'm just like, okay. I know this already came out on the 15th. That's why I made sure my video went up on the 14th, so y'all could see why you didn't need this palette. But yeah, like, to me, this is just one that you can skip on. Now, if it goes 40 or 50% off, I told some of you all and agreed with you that I would get it, because it's like I review a lot of glam light, so it would make sense for me to have it since I give you all lots of glam light content. But just like Betty Boop, this is one I'm not rushing out to get. I just don't feel the need to. So I think I showed the swatches over here as I was talking, hopefully. And like the second swatch with all the warm tonish like shades in it is actually what I use to dupe my look to prove my point about them being similar. So there's that. The battery's flashing, girl, so I'm gonna delete these out of here so I remember not to talk about them again, and then I'll be right back to talk to you in a few minutes. Okay, girl? Okay. New eyes, who this? New eyes, who this? So I'm doing a full export palettes video, so I'm gonna pop in every now and again with a different eye look. So just FYI, this is eye look number 2 of the 4. But yeah, let's get into the next thing, girl. So I found this it's this new account I found that talks about luxury beauty, and I found a couple of things I haven't found anywhere else, which I was excited about. So I'm put it up here. So there's the long awaited Tom Ford Cafe Rose collection is in Japan on March the 16th. They said the collection will not arrive in the US until the early summer, but it shows these 3 new lipsticks and a blush. The lipsticks look nice. I've never really been a fan of Tom Ford lip products, though. I'm more a fan of his complexion. I think I've told you all in the past. I'll occasionally buy Aqua if it speaks to me enough, even though I don't ever really use them, so I don't know why I'm trying, but you know. The blush's name is Cafe Blush. There's a lipstick named Rose Petal. There's a lipstick named Nouvelle, and there's a lipstick named 100. Interesting names, but that's something that's going on if anyone was interested. Then they're saying that, what is this, Diypansy has these prism glass oil and gel lip glosses, and it coats lips in maximal shine and hydration in just one swipe to enhance and smooth lips while delivering a sheer wash of dimensional color. So I'm looking at the brown one in this picture that y'all looking at, and I'm like, that looks like it could be promising. It looks like it's pretty pigmented and nice. They say light wash, sorry, sheer wash of dimensional color though, so I'm like, I'm wondering how sheer it's gonna be. I'm wondering if it's like, I got that lip liner from NYX that y'all know is too light, so I've been using that and just putting glosses on top of it to give more like a colored effect. So I'm thinking I might do that whole situation and, you know, see how that goes. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying one of these out. It doesn't say how much they are. It just says they're coming soon to their website and retailers. So I'm excited and interested to try that out. Next we have this Armani Beauty. It's supposed to be releasing collectible cases for foundation in cushion format and 2 new shades of their matte lipstick. So I have the foundation up here out and the lipsticks right here. I've never tried their matte lipstick, so I don't know how that works, but it says sales start in Asia on March the 15th, and the US and Europe are to follow. So it's supposed to be coming here soon. I'm probably not going to get this just because I'm sure they don't have a shade for me. Aside from the fact I'm not really a cushion foundation type of girl. So this is not one that I'm going to like gravitate towards or really be caring about. But you know, I did want to talk about it because it was here, I was here, everyone was here. So I was like, let's talk about that. Next one, I'm just like, why? Like, it makes sense though because of like the way this gloss is. This is the Maybelline Lifter Plump, and it's going to team up with the Takis Fagos and a lip gloss. Now I don't know if they're just teaming up with them for like the red one that they already have, or if there's one they just came out with just for Takis. But I'm like, it makes sense because those things feel really peppery. Like when I put them on the lips, it's like I can feel the pepperiness of them in my mouth, like the taste. You can like inhale it, as weird as that is. And every time I do anything surrounding my lips, when that's on my lips, like I can taste it immediately. So there's that really bad peppery flavoring for the plumping that I'm not necessarily a fan of. I prefer the Patrick Ta ones over it. I know I told y'all that in the underrated versus overrated that they could be good dupes, but if you don't like that peppery taste, then you're not gonna like those. And it's definitely quite peppery and quite stingy, if you will, for lack of better term. Okay, let's talk about one more of these, and then I gotta I think I gotta change the battery again, or wait, no, I need to go film another eye look and come back and talk about the rest of this, because I'm telling y'all I got so much to talk about. But next we have the Shop Alter Egos new palette that came out, Gaze into the Dream, introducing 15 mesmerizing shades that will transform your eyes into a celestial masterpiece. So it's basically just their dupe of the Midi Pastel palette from Natasha Denona. That's all it is. It came out Thursday, March the 14th, so it's already out if anyone's interested. I know Steph's Beauty Stash had a video on it. I don't know anybody else who really has the product though, so I don't know too much about it. I know I don't like the formula of the Alter Ego. I liked the formula when they were Bad Habit, but like this new formula they have with Alter Ego, I've tried the palettes. I didn't like any of the palettes I tried, so I just like decluttered them. I haven't bought anything since. So if you're interested in a dupe for that one, maybe that one will be better than the original Natasha Denona one, because I wasn't a huge fan of the Natasha Denona one. It wasn't bad, it was just like compared to some of her other formulas and other palettes she has, it wasn't like the best. I'll put it that way. Like to me, what's bad is like Tropic. The Tropic palettes. To me, that was like one of the worst palettes. But you know, to each his own. I'm gonna be right back though. Okay, third eye look with this, third eye look with this. So this is the D'Angelo Nicole and the Bella Beaute Bar Ultraviolet palette. So that's the third palette I'm doing. The last one I'm gonna do is the Bad Witch. So when I come back and do my last part of this video, it will be with the Bad Witch palette on my eyes, and then we should be done hopefully. Anyway, so the next thing I have to talk about is this the Chocolate Soleil family. Say hello to the Chocolate Soleil melting bronzers and sculpting sticks, but it's like you don't have deep enough powders to go with this stick, so I still have to get a bronzer for someone else, but I'm supposed to pay you for the stick and be excited about it. Are you a fool? I feel like you're a fool. Let's use some common sense here. You should have came out with powder and cream ones. Now I just came up with these cream ones and thought that would suffice, because it doesn't by a long shot. Just so we're clear. But anyway, it's here, you're here, I'm here, so I guess we'll read about it or whatever, girl. But you can clearly see my sentiments about it, and needless to say, you don't need to look for that nowhere over here. Anyway, easy cream bronze and sculpting stick gives you natural looking second skin warmth and dimension that smells as good as it looks. Use a dense brush or fingers to sweep along outer edges of face, forehead, cheekbones, and nose, then effortlessly blend for a magic sun-kissed look. This is $35. It doesn't say when it's coming out. It just says coming soon to their website and retailers. It says chocolate mousse is light, chocolate souffle is medium, chocolate caramel is tan, and chocolate lava is deep. But you still don't have any powders to go with this stuff, so I don't care. Moving on. Next, we have the Charlotte Tilbury iconic Pillow Talk collection is expanding. In addition to the newly announced Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm, they also have the lipstick in the new shades Pillow Talk Fair for $35. The lip sheet in the new shade Pillow Talk Fair for $25. Then there's a collagen lip bath. It's also in 3 new shades: Pillow Talk Fair, Pillow Talk Medium, and Pillow Talk Intense. If you all didn't know, Pillow Talk Intense is supposed to be the one for people my skin tone. Then there's Pillow Talk Multi Glow Highlighter. Now this is a relaunch. If y'all remember, these came out a while ago. I think like a couple of years ago. But you notice she's been relaunching a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't getting as much attention when she was wasn't as popular. So I have been noticing that. Like, this is not a new highlighter at all. I have this highlighter right now, the second one. The first one I didn't buy, obviously, because it's supposed to be for fair to light. She usually does fair to light and then medium to deep. So I have the one for medium to deep, and I think it was $45 when I bought it. I don't know, but I have the one called Dreamlight for dreamlike ambient warm pink glow on warmer complexion. So I already own this, so to me this isn't new, but I mean, like, if you didn't get your hands on it the first time it came out, I guess that's good for you. And then there's Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm in 2 shades: Pillow Talk Fair Medium and Pillow Talk Medium Deep. So I guess she just came out with a plumping lip gloss for deeper skin tones. She's basically expanding the range like it should have been to begin with, for more than just light to, sorry, for fair to like medium and maybe tan occasionally. And this comes out April the 4th. I don't need to pick up any of this stuff because I don't really care about the plumping lip gasm gloss or whatever. I was thinking about picking up one. I don't know. But if I do, it'll be during the sale. Like, I'm not picking this up at regular price. I just don't care enough. But I mean, I'm glad she's probably extending the range. But my whole thing is like the fact that somebody had to buy you out and extending the range. I'm kind of side-eyeing you, Charlotte. I'm just saying. They had to buy you out and then extend the range. Next, we have these 2 new shades from Rare Beauty when it comes to her Positive Light Silky Touch highlighters. I think they're nice. It says it's an innovative powder highlighter that gives skin an instant glass-like sheen for an easy, natural looking glow that lasts. So she added 2 shades. I'm trying to, what are the name of these shades? So one is called Reveal. I forgot the name of the other one though. I know there's Reveal, and I think the other one might be called Reflect. Don't quote me. Let me read down here. Yeah, it's Reveal is the warm copper and Reflect is the deep bronze. These retail for $25 each, and they're actually available right now if you're interested. It says they were available on rarebeauty.com. It doesn't say if you can pick them up at Sephora yet or not. So I might pick up the copper one during the Sephora sale just because I'm like, it'd be unique to have like a copper highlighter. I feel like I don't have copper highlighter, so that sounds intriguing. But we'll have to wait and see. And maybe like swatch it or something. Okay, so next I have this Laura Mercier Ultra Blur Talc Free Waterproof Translucent Pressed Setting Powder. It's an ultra blurring, finely milled, tack-free pressed powder, natural looking, soft matte finish, infused with hyaluronic acid, amino acids, and silica powders. It blurs fine lines, pores, and imperfections while providing comfortable, non-drying, cake-free wear. It's also crease resistant, waterproof, and sweat proof, and has no flashback or white cast. Y'all, this thing is $52. Y'all see how tiny it is? Do you see this? How tiny this is for what they charging? Child, I tried it. Ooh, honey, they tried it. And it has 3 shades. So it has translucent, which is their original shade. That's supposed to work for fair to medium skin tones. They have honey, which is ideal for medium skin tones, which we know brown people put underneath their eyes. And then they have medium deep, which is supposed to be for, you know, my skin tone to put all over my face. So I'm still on this being $52. Like, I do have a code with Mercier that can help you out. It's just GELBEAUTY 87 if you're interested. But y'all, this price is like, I'm gonna tell you, just wait till the Sephora sale comes if you're interested and maybe get it then. But I'm just over here like, let this price, honey, this price. Honey, this price. Did they, what? Okay, so next we have the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Enhancer Tint. This comes out on the 19th. It's supposed to be a fresh luminous formula. What I screenshotted was when she was teasing it, so I don't have like the full information. I'll try to pop it here if I have found it, but I like her foundation, so I can see myself, depending on how much this is, mixing it with her foundation, because I still haven't ordered the eyeliners and the mascara yet. I do want to try that stuff, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just order it with those, and then we can do a whole little Lisa Eldridge situation, and I'll see if there's like a lip shade I want to try or something, since I do like her lip products. But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. It's just supposed to like be her version of a skin tint. I know some people didn't like the shape of her foundation, and this is in that like same kind of like weirdish egg shape type thing. I wonder if it's squeezy or if it has like a pump on it. Now that I do not know, so I am curious about that. Next, they have the Celine makeup from the brand Celine, you know, the luxury brand. It's Celine Beauty. They're expanding their cosmetics line and now getting into colored cosmetics. So I guess they had like mascaras and stuff before, or maybe fragrances, and now they're getting into color makeup, they say. So they have some lipsticks in 15 shades. They introducing some lip balms, some mascara, some eyeliners, some eye pencils, some powder, some nail polish, some face powders, and some more. And this is supposed to come out winter of 2024. And they said it'll be available in January of 2025 here in America, I'm assuming, or just in general. I'm not sure, but I'm showing y'all the pictures up here of what's going on or whatever when it comes to this. So I guess I'm excited. I'm not super excited because they're not one of the luxury houses I really look to when it comes to purchasing things. So it's like I'll try to make it when it comes out if something intrigues me, but I'm not trying to go out of my way to get anything just because I'm just like, oh, okay, that's nice. That's good for you. Good for you. Next, I have these eye lights. It's 4 palettes with 4 different undertones by made by Mitchell. So I meant to talk about this earlier, but I found this much later on, so that's why it's further down than when I had his eyeshadow palettes, because I was supposed to talk about his eyeshadow palettes last week and forgot to put it in the folder where that was. So yeah, but they look okay. It's just some of them are a little too bright and light for my liking. Like there's this, you see it, the bright fire orange red situation. I'm like, I'm not feeling that. And then the ones at the top, I don't know, they're just all putting a little too orange for my personal liking. It's looking more like blush than for underneath my eyes. So I would probably get the medium tan one if I was interested in this, but I don't necessarily want any parts of this. So just like the eye quads, like I'm not trying to have any parts of it. I don't know what's going on with this brand. I don't know if the brand is having like an identity crisis or what, because I'm like, I feel like he just keeps throwing out random things that aren't the same as like what used to be. Yeah, so as you can see, the fire and truck and ambulance and police and everybody's just coming through right now. But yeah, so anyway, I don't plan on getting that either, so we're skipping on both made by Mitchell things. Next, I am excited about this. So it says Sol de Janeiro has a sun care line that's supposed to be coming for summer of 2024. It's supposed to be available March the 27th, so I will definitely be buying this. I'm excited about it. So all products with SPF 50 and have the classic fragrance that they're known for. It's enhanced with coconut water and niacinamide for boosting radiance. So there is a radiance body spray, there's a radiant body lotion, and there's a radiant body oil. Now I would probably get the spray or the lotion. I don't see myself wanting the oil. That's because I'm like, I don't really want a body oil. I'm trying to understand why it's radiant, but it's like, okay, you know, whatever. Does that mean it's like sparkly glitter in it, or what exactly that means? I don't know. I'm more concerned about the SPF being like 50. I like that. And I wonder if you can put the oil on your face, because then maybe I'd be interested in it. It doesn't say if you can put the oil on your face, so if I find out about that you can put the oil on your face, I might go ahead and get that, because it'd be like a sun care oily, like, I mean glowy radiant type primer situation that I could do. So I might be interested in the oil after all, if it's face approved. Next we have ColourPop has revealed that they're going to do a collab with Pokemon. So my whole thing is Pikachu, Jigglypuff better be a part of this. And since the picture that they're showing, as y'all see, is Pikachu and Jigglypuff, I'm excited because I love Pikachu and Jigglypuff. I think they are so adorable. Even though Jigglypuff is just like, you know, a cuter version of Kirby. But, you know, whatever. Then ColourPop has this other palette coming out called So Elemental. It's giving major cool girl energy with 9 shades of blissful blues and serene sparkling shimmers and matte metallic and pearlescent glitter finishes. That's $14. Now this is very much giving me like a miniature version of the Makeup by Mario palette that just came out, the more neutral toned one. It's definitely giving me miniature vibes of that. So I'd be interested to put that one against this one and see how they do. So don't be surprised if you see that come up in the future like, which one do I prefer? In all fairness, I can't judge the shimmers to that because obviously he has no shimmers, but I would be interested to try these out and compare them. And since it says Ulta on March the 31st, I might go ahead and grab it at Ulta and see and compare them later on in the future. So look forward to that. I am going to compare the Makeup by Mario to the Patrick Ta. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to come back and do that tonight because my Sephora package showed up at my house today. Even though they said it was supposed to show up Monday. So, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm just going to go ahead and rub it all over my eyeballs and talk to you about it. So there's that. Okay, we only got, I think, like 3 or 4 things left. So I might end up not letting you see the last look just because, you know, I still haven't eaten lunch and I still got more videos I need to film. So next we have the Fleur Undeniably Familiar Missing Persons Body Oil. It has already dropped. But when I pulled this picture, they had emailed me about me notifying me about it. So it has now dropped. If you're interested in missing persons, I don't think I had any missing persons. The first thing I bought from them was Not Your Baby, and I actually didn't like Not Your Baby, so that's why I didn't want to buy the Moody ring in the full size. I did end up getting the strawberry one because that's back in stock. If you didn't know, strawberry leather is back in stock. I'll try to pop it over here somewhere because I do have a screenshot of it, but strawberry leather is back in stock. Now for how long, I don't know, girl. So if you want it, you best run and go get it because she might be going soon. They said they had limited quantities available, so I made sure to link it in my community tab before this video went up. So if you're following GLBeauty to actually subscribe to this channel, then you already knew that was coming up. And for people who have watched and aren't subscribed, you probably still saw it too. Random side note. But let me see. There's only a couple things left. I think it's like 3 or 4 things. Oh yeah, this thing I was excited about. So I guess the reason Tom Ford was getting rid of his soft matte his Traceless Soft Matte Foundation is because he's coming out with this new Architecture Soft Matte Blurring Foundation April the 4th of 2024. And I guess he didn't want to have both of them at Sephora and certain other retailers because that would cost too much. He was just going to sell it off on his website till it completely sells out or something. I don't know, but I'm excited about this. It says as a base makeup launch for summer 2024 is when it's coming out. And I'm like, y'all know I need it. Only thing that sucks about it is, honey, the price. So y'all know this foundation is high as I don't know what. If I remember correctly, I think I saw somewhere where it was like $125. Don't quote me, but I feel like I saw that somewhere. I'm hoping they're lying. But it says it's a liquid foundation that creates a soft 3-dimensional effect on the entire face by blurring rather than covering up skin's concerns. The lightweight liquid blend is seamlessly creating a finely textured blurred look that doesn't clog your pores. It contains fine particle powder that diffuses light and absorbs sebum to maintain a freshly applied finish for a long time. In addition, hyaluronic acid moistures and protects the skin. So they're saying it's going to come to Asia first because they only have 8 shades to choose from. So I'm like, okay. Because, yeah, you're going to need more than 8 times. Because I got shade 10. Just, you know, in the normal one, I wear the shade number 10 chestnut if you all weren't aware. So it's like, he only got 8 shades. I'm going to need you to do better, Tom. Thomas, can I tell you, Thomas, honey, we need to do better. Okay? Thomas, honey, let's do better. I mean, I know you sold it to Estee Lauders. That's why we're not trying to do this better. I don't know. But I'm going to need you to do better. Because 8 shades is not going to cut it by a long shot. Child, you trying. Let me see. I think it's like 3 things left we have to talk about, y'all. So we almost at the end of the road. We almost there. So I found out that, what brand is this? Rude Cosmetics is doing a shade extension of their multi-chrome magic shifting shades of eyeliner. So it was available March the 12th. And I don't know what the original shades were, but I'm popping the pictures up here for you all to see of like the shades that they have now. I don't know which ones are new, which ones are old. Sorry about that. If I had known about them, I would have bought them to swatch. With the ColourPop ones I swatched, because I did a swatch party of the ColourPop ones. And I think the Danessa Myricks ones, and then the Moira ones. And if I had those, that would have been perfect, so we could see how all of them compare, so you can see which one would be best for you. But I did not know that these existed, so my apologies. I don't own anything from Rude Cosmetics from what I remember. So I have not tried this brand, but that's something I would definitely try, because y'all know them Kaleidos ones are expensive, and if I can find any that are more affordable, I'm down for them. And so far, the ColourPop ones are the ones that are easiest to access and on the more affordable side. But since it didn't say how much these are, I'm not 100% sure about that. The poster did not post how much they cost. So my apologies on that, but I gave you the information I had, girl. Okay, so we got, let's talk about what I actually own. How about that? So I have this Tatcha, the Kiss Lip Tint SPF saying. I have this SPF lip tint stick from Tatcha. They sniffed over in PR. It's supposed to protect and nourish lips with a dark berry tint, buildable color, and creamy hydration. Now, I'm not sure how much this is, because they're showing this as a duo and saying the duo is $57, because you get the lip kit at night and then one of these. But it's like, I have just this shade on its own, and I'm not sure how much it retails for, but it's supposed to be, so it's available now. It doesn't say if it's available now or not, so my apologies, but yeah, it's a nice product. I don't necessarily know that I think it's like very buildable. It's like buildable to a certain extent, but since this will be a tint, it's like it's not supposed to build to full coverage like I would personally like. So that's just the part I have to remind myself and keep in mind when I talk about it, because I'm like, it just doesn't do the thing that I wanted to do, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just, you know, it's not doing what I wanted to do, which is I like full pigment and color. So next thing I have to talk about is Notoriously Morbid palette. I know my girl Dionluvsmakeup got this in PR, the Stone Cold palette. So it dropped on the 15th. She got it on the 15th. She did her looks on the 15th, and I'm pretty sure it's already up on her channel. So make sure you go check out Dion's video. I'll try to make sure I put the picture over here along with the palette. The palette, how much is it? It doesn't say how much it retails for. I expected to say that. It doesn't say, so my bad. I'm not sure how much it retails for, but I have showed you all that and showed you that Dion has a video. So if you're interested, you should go over there and check it out. I'm pretty sure Dion has a code. I'm not exactly sure where her code is, but if you go watch the video that's posted right here, then you should be able to find out where her code is, because I'm quite sure it's in the description box. She's way better at making sure stuff like that goes up than I do. I just, yeah, no. If they not pre-put in there, I'd vote. Yeah, good luck, sis. I know that sounds horrible, like seriously though. Okay, so next we have these REM Beauty. They're supposed to be releasing these 3-dimensional Hydra bronzers. So they have 4 shades of bronzer. It doesn't say when the date of it is coming out. It just shows the 4 shades right here, which I thought looked nice. There's 1 which is called Beach Walk Betty. There's 2 which is called Malibu Muse. There's 3 which is called Tan Lines, and then there's 4 which is called Bikini Beach. My whole thing is like, these don't look that deep. When you look at them on the models, and you look at the models, one of the models looks like she's 1 shade deeper than the other model. That's supposed to work for all of the dark people. Like, no. hopefully like you can build it up and make it darker, and that'll make it work. Because right now when I'm looking at it, I'm just like yeah, no, not enough bronzer shades. But I mean, like, I don't know if RMS Beauty doesn't like make that many sales as other brands, and that's why they couldn't afford to come out with a more extensive range. Because I feel like they could have pushed it to like 5, you know, pushed it to 5 just for the girls who have a much deeper skin tone than mine. But you know, hey, but whatever. I don't plan on necessarily trying it out because it just looks like it's more of those shimmery or satin bronzers. And if you all haven't seen, I don't know if the video has gone up yet or not, but I have the butter bronzers, or was it a buttermilk bronzers or whatever they're called, from NYX, and they have a reddish tone shade that has more of that satiny finish that I feel like this is gonna have. Not to mention I still have my Maui Nights from Becca that's 100 years old that gives that same vibe, and then the Kosas bronzer gives that same vibe. So I don't feel the need to rush out and get this. If you're an RMS Beauty person, you might be interested and want it, but I just feel like somebody who already has these type of stuff already, I don't really need this. So it's just like, oh, okay, I don't need that. So yeah, I'm not concerned, but to each his own type thing. Anyway, we're on, I believe this is the last thing. Is this the last thing? Yes, we are on the last thing I have found, y'all. So this is Laced with Cherry, and they have their palette to debut. They sold out at the last convention they had, and now it's available on their website online. So it's called the, what is this called? The Idol palette. It features 4 dual chrome shimmers, 4 buttery mattes, 2 UV glow mattes, and 2 sparkly shimmers. That's what I'm excited about. Like the fact that it has these UV glowing mattes, I think that's kind of cool. Not that I'm going to wear my eyes to glow, but I just think it'd be cool to have, you know. It does give some uniqueness to their palette versus other people's palettes, so I will give them that. So I'm interested to possibly try this out. I don't know. We'll have to see. You see what it looks like over there. It's definitely giving the vibes of a palette that I would like to use. Has anybody heard of this brand though? Because I just happened to go to Makeup For Your Radar, and that's how I found it. Because now I have to shop around to like 2 and 3 different places to get all the tea. But yeah, those are all the things I had to talk about today. I feel like I talked enough, girl. Because I didn't have to refill this card 2, 3, 10, 15, 37, 45 times. So, what did you think about some of this stuff? Because I'm excited about the Tom Ford. I might pick up the Rare Beauty. What else? I'm going to pick up the ColourPop and, what is it? Pokemon. I'm picking up this Rio stuff. So, there's a few things I'm picking up. I'm trying to pick up these Rude Cosmetics concealer. Color correctors. I'm trying to pick it up all, okay? I'm trying to pick it all up. Because there was a lot of good things in this one I actually want. Y'all know I want that Tom Ford foundation for real. Like, I need it. But yeah, those are all the things I had to talk to you all about today, girl. I feel like I've been talking for like 30 minutes at least. And it's probably been more like 45. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.